So as you notice, I'm doing what's called an opening touch. This is when the massage therapist introduces him or herself to the client, and the client in turn gets acquainted with the touch of the therapist. But I'm also tuning in to the client as well, touching, feeling, sensing for whatever may be going on. The intake already tells me a little bit about what the client is going through. But once my hands actually touch the body, then my gifts open up and then I see a little bit more into it. With Jeff, I'm feeling a lot of tightness in the back, upper torso, and the shoulders. And he has what I would refer to as, and some of the talk that I'll be doing is spirit talk, so don't get tripped up on it. But he has the shoulders and the back of a caretaker, meaning that somebody who has a burden of a lot of people on his back. Normally I would be done with a brush off by now, but I need to spend a little bit time here just going with the flow. So it's important that whenever you get massage, you don't just go to a massage therapist, just any old massage therapist. You want somebody that knows how to tune in to your body and see what you need. So the opening touch is I rub my hands together. Hands are rubbed together to ignite the energy. And it's just a general brush off that brushes off the cares and stress of the day from that person. Oftentimes I'll brush in 7s, in 5s, sometimes in 3s. Like that was 3. And then I always brush my own hands off afterwards to get that stagnant energy off of me and throw it aside. And then I walk my way down the person's body because I'm assessing what's going on in the body, where there's tightness. I'm on the glutes right now, and the glutes are always connected to low back pain. Whatever's going on in the back is because it's happening in the glutes and the hips and the hamstrings. So as I touch and get a feel, I'm sensing how much pressure the client can take. Because this is usually where a client will tell you if it's too much. And I'm just feeling what other blockages he may have, both physically and spiritually. I'm just sensing it all out. And then that tells me how much time I should spend in different places, how to divvy up the time in the session. Now I'm just doing some energy work to clear them off. Again, you notice I brushed off my hands. And I'm moving in a counterclockwise direction, meaning I'm unwinding him. This is the part that most clients never get to see, they don't know anything about. It's not a big deal. But they usually can feel a lift. And each time I brush off my hands. I'm just going to start with some Reiki, so if you feel me not touching your body, that means I've stopped to do some Reiki, so don't be alarmed. Just breathe into it. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. I'm going to try and hold it for a count of 7. Letting your body just melt into the table. Visualize a beautiful green rainforest, that shade of green that you would see in all of the high tree foliage. And breathe into that, imagine that green shade coming through your nostrils, down into your heart area, spreading from side to side throughout your heart, just green. Even as my hand rubs across this area, just imagine the green filling up, going down your arms. Find that yellow brick road, yellow, like on the Wizard of Oz, that beautiful yellow, and just imagine it spreading across your mid-torso, above your belly button, beneath your chest and the solar plexus. As you breathe that light in, imagine it just igniting throughout your body, beautiful golden yellow. Energy work is not written in stone. You learn a basics. For me, it's Reiki, but I'm also incorporating in polarity, which I learned in school, which was just basic. The winding up, the brushing off, all of that's basic polarity. Anybody can do it, to anybody, for anybody that's stressed out. And you basically, when you get in your session, you just go with your flow, whatever you feel. Paraffin wax is commonly used for patients or clients who are in excruciating pain. It's been used on arthritis patients and severe burn victims. The wax regenerates the cells and it immediately removes pain from the body when placed on the feet, because the feet are connected to the entire body. Get some paraffin in your life. With the paraffin, you want to apply some lubricant first, and then you place the wax on. And the wax should come off immediately, just like Play-Doh. So Jeff was nervous about his feet being ticklish when he got on the table. However, if you do direct and deliberate touch, that cancels out the ticklishness on the feet pretty much, unless it's deeply embedded in that person's psyche that it tickles. And if that's the case, they can just simply, you can give them a piece of the sheet to grip in their hands. And as they're breathing, they should forget about the ticklishness, usually. Works 95% of the time. I always try and spread the wax around the foot completely so they can address all of the different reflexology points, definitely around the heel. But the wax, whenever it's nice and pasty like this and it looks like the Elmer's glue, then that means it's pretty cool. For him, it still feels warm, but it's easier to spread the wax when it's in its clear liquid state. However, it's kind of hard to measure all of that out with different people and their body temperatures. So anytime you're using heat or hydrotherapy treatments, you have to be very careful because you want to make sure that you're not injuring or scalding the client. Can you feel the heat from that stone on your back at all? So as you notice, I'm doing several methods. I'm kneading the muscle, but my eyes are closed and I'm typically tuning in and feeling for what's tight. And I press into it until it releases. So it'll feel like a tight rubber band a lot of times, and then you can feel the blood flow come through when it releases. Going all around that pelvic, getting into the sacral bone, and just kind of tracing around it with my hands. Keeping my client covered at all times. I got my training in Louisiana and I still massage by Louisiana law because it keeps a certain distance between you and the client. It separates the sensual from the healing touch by keeping them covered, by draping them a certain way. As you notice, the buttock isn't exposed, but I'm working on it. And this sheet is tucked to a certain level. So even as I work the inner hamstrings, this is where I started off. As I work here, you never go beneath where the sheet is tucked. Okay. There are times when I will undrape the glute to work on the glute, but those are in very serious cases. Usually it's somebody who limped in and who could hardly get on the table. And you just work it until it breaks down, but only, and that was how we were taught at Blue Cliff. Shout out to Blue Cliff College in Shreveport, Louisiana, based out of Metairie, Louisiana. But we were taught not to uncover the glute unless absolutely necessary. And if I can get the work done with it covered, I will. But for somebody who I need to get in there hand in hand and stretch out the muscle, I would only uncover a half of the glute. So I would drape right here. And so this would be covered, and I would untuck the bottom sheet and cover the leg. So then I would only have this one little portion. That's the difference between professional massage therapists and a little bit more of a tackier massage therapist. And it keeps the client feeling safe. They don't get confused with what it is that you're doing. He's taking really, really good pressure. The average person can't take this kind of pressure. Which is good, which means he eats right, he drinks water. He got some good stuff going on. The more toxic you are, meaning drinking lots of sodas, lots of coffee, under a lot of stress, low vibration, those are the people who usually can't take any kind of touch. Like this would be way too much for them. As I work this glute out, it's typical that the bone and the spine will start to open up. So sometimes I can actually hear these pop, or the client will immediately start to feel the release in the body. I'm going to do a third-party rotation by rotating his leg. It's important that he not help me. He is totally relaxed and doing an excellent job. You are an excellent model. Because most people, this is where it feels like I'm arm wrestling. We're like this. Because they can't let go, and that's usually the type A personality that does that. They have a very hard time relaxing and letting you work the muscle. Or you have the personality type, I call them Santa's helpers, because they come in and they feel guilty that you have to do a massage on them. They feel guilty that they're there, and they want to help you with everything. And they constantly lift their legs, and they help with the rotation, and it hinders the massage. And so if you are a Santa's helper, please focus on not being a Santa's helper. You know, be still, and don't just be still and tighten up, but let go. And that's where the visualizations come in. Use your visualizations. Or go to sleep. Sleeping is always a compliment. So as you notice, at the end of each limb, there's a finishing touch that I do. For me, it's typically, and this is how we were taught in school as a basic massage, I'm going to do tapotement from this area that I've worked, down the glute. I may do a finger touch. Or I need a little bit more lubrication in order to do this. Or I may do the friction. Because what you're doing is, you're also getting in line with this new circulation that you've created. But these last long Swedish strokes is letting him know that something is ended, I'm about to move. Typically, if I was doing an hour massage, I would have spent 15 minutes on this. It's very hard to do, but 15 minutes on each leg. Or 10, take that back, 10. I do 15 because I'm used to doing those 90-minute sessions. So 10 minutes on each leg, which I went way more than 10.
Do?
What?
To move my knee now. Okay.
Is it hurting?
Yeah, like the knee bone was, the cap was kind of.
Pressing into it when I press there.
But, all I needed to do was turn it out.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
Tell me, where were you feeling? Were you feeling pain or just a discomfort in that position?
Just discomfort. Like it wanted to.
To turn that way.
Like when you turn your hand the wrong way or something.
And see, that's another thing I do throughout the massage. I work to straighten stuff like that. If you notice, people overcompensate, or they compensate for muscles that are crooked, or not muscles, bones and stuff that are crooked by doing things like this. He can't lay straight. He's tilting it a little bit to the side. And so as the massage therapist, typically what I would do is pick it up and twist it and keep slowly twisting it around until he can lay flat. We want to see, so I'm going into the knee. And I don't have enough. And use your numbers if this hurts. I'm literally shifting his kneecap over. It'll slide from side to side like this, like a little square disc almost. All of the muscles that allow your legs to go in and out, the adductors and the abductors, they're connected into the kneecap. Hamstrings, you got two on the inside, they connect into the kneecap. Your big one here connects into the kneecap. I think that was it. I wonder if I got a cord where I can plug it into the wall. I should have one, shouldn't I? A power cord. And I hate stopping because I'm in good, you know?
What do you want it to plug into the wall? The camera?
Yeah.
Oh, it just died again?
Yeah, but it was on the battery. But see, I just charged it. It should have been able to give me more light.
Oh, you don't have to use the battery, it can just go directly.
That's what I. Lift those eyebrows, inhale. Check your shoulders, see if they're headed up towards your ears. If so, let them slide down. And you're out there by that beautiful ocean, sandy seashores. And just let those beautiful white foamy waves just wash up